Hello NBA fans and welcome back to another video here on the NBA The Week That Was. In today's video, I'll be analyzing the 3 best games from the last 2 days in the Orlando bubble and what implications those games have, what players played well, and just overall how were the games. So without further ado, let's get right into the first game here on this episode on the NBA The Week That Was. The first game I'll be analyzing was between the Indiana Pacers and the Philadelphia 76ers. This game had some playoff implications seeding wise. I mean, seeding isn't as important as it was before given the lack of home court advantage in the bubble. However, if a team ends up in the 5th or 6th seed, it will be harder for them because if they end up at the 6th seed, they'll have to go up against a better team, obviously. So this game mattered in terms of playoff seeding. This game was so fun to watch because of one key factor, TJ Warren. This man scored 53 points on 20 of 29 shooting, including 8 threes made. He stepped up in the absence of Domantas Sabonis and Malcolm Brogdon and of Victor Oladipo, he's still getting back into the NBA shape. TJ Warren just went on a tear against the Philadelphia 76ers, who are known for their defense. They have some of the best wing defenders in the NBA, in Josh Richardson, Matisse Thybulle, and Ben Simmons. However, none of them had anything on TJ Warren, and he was the one who also got the game winner, which got him to 53 points, which was a 3-pointer. The man was traded for cash before the 2019 draft, and now he's scoring 53 points. The Phoenix Suns, the people who traded him, must be thinking, what have we done by letting this guy go? It wasn't just this 53-point performance that stands out for TJ Warren. Warren also has been averaging a solid 19 points on around 50% shooting, which is great for a player who was traded for cash considerations. However, it wasn't just TJ Warren that played well for the Pacers. He had support from guys like Doug McDermott off the bench and TJ McConnell. McConnell was the playmaker and Doug McDermott was doing his thing by shooting those 3-pointers and being that shooter that he has been for his whole career. The 76ers did give a fight, especially by Embiid, who had 41 points and 20 rebounds on Miles Turner. However, it just wasn't enough to stop TJ Warren and his 53-point performance. The second game I'll be analyzing was between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Toronto Raptors. The result that ended up happening was something I didn't foresee. The Raptors ended up beating the Lakers by 15 points, 107-92. The Raptors won because of their defense. They absolutely locked down LeBron James and Anthony Davis and forced the onus of the offense on the Lakers' role players. And while players like Kyle Kuzma, Dion Waiters, and Caldwell Pope stepped up, it wasn't enough to just equate what Anthony Davis and LeBron James would provide on a normal day, where they aren't getting clamped down by guys like OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and other great defensive stalwarts that the Toronto Raptors had. However, the Toronto Raptors weren't also doing too well on offense. However, their offense was buoyed by Kyle Lowry's almost 30-point performance. He provided that veteran experience, making tough buckets, including some tough and ones and some clutch 3-pointers, and then the rest of the guys supported to the greatest extent they could. The Lakers played great defense up until the 4th quarter, where you could tell they were more gassed than the Raptors were, and the Raptors took it away and ended up winning that game by a lot. I thought that was a statement win, proving themselves against one of the, if not the best team in the NBA. Beating the Lakers by 15 points is no easy task. However, the Raptors did it and proved themselves as true contenders, as I've been saying for a large part of the year. The third and final game I'll be analyzing happened yesterday between the Boston Celtics and the Portland Trail Blazers. The Boston Celtics were coming off a tough loss against the Milwaukee Bucks with their star, Jason Tatum, shooting 1 for 18. He was playing horrible. He had nothing like that Jason Tatum we saw coming into this bubble, after really almost averaging 30 points in February and March before the season got suspended. He looked absolutely nothing like he did in the past in the game against the Bucks. However, in this game, he proved himself, scoring around 20 points in the first half and ending the game as one of the top scorers in the game, and just proving himself that yes, he is still that star, hitting 5 or 6 threes and being the go-to man for the Celtics. The Celtics pulled away. They were up almost 22 points coming into the third quarter. However, into the halftime, However, in the second half, Damian Lillard realized we need to win this game. So he went full Dame time mode, scoring 22 points in the third quarter, I think, and just absolutely going on a tear, putting fear in the hearts of Celtics fans all around the globe. However, in the end, Jason Tatum, and supported by Jaylen Brown, we can't disregard Jaylen Brown's contributions to the Boston Celtics, not just in this game, but throughout the year. He's been underrated as that second counterpart to Jason Tatum's stardom, and he really was hitting clutch threes, making free throws, doing whatever the team needed him to do on the scoring end, and just Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum stepped it up, and in the end, they took the game by, I think, 1 point, and it was a very close game. However, Damian Lillard made it really close, and he did also have support. Yusuf Nurkic kept them afloat in only a second game back in almost a year and a half, by keeping them close in the first half, scoring around 15-16 points, and Gary Trent Jr. off the bench, stepping it up with their main bench guy, Rodney Hood, being injured. Gary Trent Jr. hit 7 threes en route to scoring around 22-23 points, and really was supporting Lillard and Nurkic as the Blazers mounted a comeback. However, it wasn't enough to counter Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and the Celtics ended up winning one of the best games of the restart so far. And with that, I would like to conclude this episode of the NBA, the week that was. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below, and if you're new on this channel, subscribe as well. If you have any feedback for me, good or bad, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode here on the NBA, the week that was. See ya!